Get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Let's go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up. By Kenny Moore.
It's your time.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Okay, ready? 22's coming, Mike.
Hey, check.
Switch. Watch safety creeping. Hey. No. Watch out.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brought down back at the 43-yard
He's cracked.
line.
He's checking crack. Spines. Switch on. Come on.
After the sack on 1st down, Jackson airing it out deep for Smith. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Mike 22, Mike 22. Watch the run, watch the run.
Mike 22. 22's coming, Mike. Get in the weight room. Get left.
Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. They give him a gain of 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
Hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Here we go. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming, Mike.
It's a party now. Shut.
They snap it at one. Now it's Jackson. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.J. Nelson, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Come on, let's go. At their own 35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Steve 6.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
We see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one. And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. This is Hunt. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal.
Hey, Charlie, what we got? Get it.
Lock now on 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open, otherwise just don't do it.
It's a gain of 35. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal.
And it's just caught inside the 5. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now a handoff here to his running back. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
A gain of 11 brings up second down at the 44-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Hey, rock it.
Back to the air on second down. It's locked. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now this will be caught by Brown. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Got it. 61, matchbox lights. Hey, Delta. There goes.
Rock now on first down. Flush to his right. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Ready?
Clock will try again on second down. That one is caught by Hunt. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, Sam off.
Throwing his lock on third down. Eluding the pressure right. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Check safety, check safety. Bang, over. Bang, 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 bang. Check. Wait. Check. Check 99. Check 99.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Max 22, Max 22. 3 buzz.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Now Jackson on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And an alley to run. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as the Ravens push further out in front. Well, plays like that make the O coordinator look like a genius, but I don't think he saw that play going that well.
No, I don't think so either, but boy, it all worked out perfectly. They caught them in the right defense, guys dropping off into coverage, their eyes averted somewhere else, and guess what? He filled the void with his legs.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and just...
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Check 24, check 24. Check 3, check 3.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lock going deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Ferguson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Hey, Echo. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Now. Yo, faster. Get it.
Block now to throw. And he completes it to Hunt. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
I'm ready.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Look at me. Zipper. The ball. Fight.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. He's got his man on the comebacker. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Jet bomber. Jet bomber.
What you got, baby? Give me some. Give me some.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football. Full half to be played.
Here we go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Let's go, defense.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Like 22, he's coming. 24.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Flush to his right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10. At their own 12-yard line.
Hit it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
Huge play for the defense. What a turn of events. They get the fumble return for a touchdown, the last play of the first half.
And how about the defense providing the score, amping up not just themselves, but the entire team as they head into the locker room.
And does that change the locker room speech at half?
There shouldn't be much of a speech necessary now. They've got things going their way.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Bradley Chubb, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Check three. Recon, 152 fighter. Hey, zoom. Let's go. Ready?
They look to throw. It's locked. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Joker. 80 weapons. Two.
Block off of play action. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to go for it all. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's fourth down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw. Unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
A 56-yard attempt.
And his kick is...
Wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. They frustrated these receivers tonight, really held down the passing game, but there got the penalty.
Fine line between aggressive, good coverage, and interference, and they crossed it on that play.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's got Smith here. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
Hey, come on out here. Come get it.
Now a give, right side. Evans. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Hey, switch gears.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Evans. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
That's it. Mike 22. Come off the ball. Come on.
Mike 22, he's coming.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Watch the call. Mike 22.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 38-yard line. Jackson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Towards the end zone for Brown. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Brown hitting double digits with his 10th. Push further out in front.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. To throw on 2nd and 10. Lock. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give him a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Mike's 47. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. He's coming. Double up, double up.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Evans. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They go with Howard again. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Jordan Howard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Orbit. Fire.
To try again after the sack. Locke. Open man is lost, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Big loss here as he's taken down.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Ravens will take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there, with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, They're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd and 11 now. Lock. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Lock now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Flush to his right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw it is Locke. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that... a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season,
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Bullock good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Just like that.
They'll keep it on the ground. Evans, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Makes it 3rd and 3.
It's Evans. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Jackson now, able to shake him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jeffrey Simmons. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
You ready? 56. Mutt's 56. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hit it.
Clock now on first down. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And that will cut this lead down to 25.
Makes the score, Ravens 49, Broncos 24. Randy Bullock set to kick off.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Here's Jackson to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Hey, motion. Mike's 22, Mike's 22.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Just keeping the play alive. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to third down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
Heel, turn up. Come on, heel, turn up. 66, bullet, high. Like 22, go.
On third down, Evans. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10.
Let's go, boys, let's go.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Ravens, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at...
Time to bring the bass bird.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the lines in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here, I'm diamond. he the only reason why I do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that don't make sense. When you making bands, can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Put both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going bigger. Postmates, how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver, but I'm still a hot boy. Cool it down, let it simmer. Hey, see him mad, got him bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer. Only what I give her, and she love to call me baby, but I do not need a sitter. See me dip, yeah, I'm saucing. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the that's a faucet. Took over the game, now we all in. I was down in the chips, then went all in. Throwing up the game, ain't no farming. Make my mama stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm
time to